Welcome to Wine Time Mysteries, where we talk about true crime, the paranormal, mysteries, and cryptozoology with a dash of comedy. This podcast contains adult themes and is intended for mature audiences only. Don't forget to click follow and tickle that little notification bell. Now, find a comfy spot. We're about to start today's episode. Anyway, why are we here today? I'm annoyed.
I can't tell. This week's case kind of jumped out to me a little.
Sorry.
All right, fucking...
Didn't jump out to me.
As I was saying. You look like you were going to, throw something at my head.
Not at
if
you.
I breathe. No, I just mean the...
The aura is dark today. Is that because I'm brown? Racist, cool. On a roll.
Satan is testing me today. No, I was going to say this case jumped out to me because it's unfortunately about the murder of Sarah Everard. Now, Sarah was just walking home from a friend's place. That's it, just walking around. But she was attacked by a man she should have been able to trust. You're welcome. Yeah, that brightened you up. Look at that little smile on your face. So, on the 3rd of March, 2021.
Oh.
Recent, yeah. So, 3rd of March, 2021, Sarah Everard was walking home from a friend's house in Clapham Common, same, which is a large triangular urban park, also same, in Clapham, South London. Yeah.
You're in London.
England. You sound like you're from London. She was an absolutely gorgeous 33-year-old who had graduated from Durham.
Like
But it's
Durham.
Yeah.
But it's Durham. Because I did a case on County Durham, remember?
Can you say that again?
I did a case on County Durham.
Quicker.
I did a case on County Durham.
You go, kind of Durham.
I gotta get on County Durham.
I was like, how do you say that so quickly? Like, kind of Durham. She was described as intelligent, resourceful, talented, and a much-loved young woman. I'll show you a pic of her. Just beautiful, I tell you. And I prepared this.
Did you? Because you're taking your time.
Fuck off. This girl? Have you seen her?
No.
No?
She's pretty.
Yeah. So March 21. Anything big going on that we know of? Maybe a little thing called COVID-19. So as she's walking home, an officer...
COVID-19, COVID-20, COVID-21, COVID-22.
23 bitches, here we come. But yeah, she's walking home. An officer approached her. This officer was 48-year-old Wayne Couzens. Wayne had joined London's Metropolitan Police in 2018 and had also served in the Parliamentary and Diplomatic Protection Command, an armed unit responsible for guarding embassies in the capital and Parliament. Every time I hear capital, I think Hunger Games, the capital. You know? Yeah, that's why I was like, I'm not sure if you even watch that stuff, but whatever.
I've seen The Hunger Games.
I fucking love it.
I regret it.
Oh, no. He had a wife who was a lab tech with a degree... What?
I thought you were going to say a Labrador.
What? All I said was lab tech, and you just fucking lost your shit. He had a Labrador.
It was his wife.
Look, it's 2022, all right? I wouldn't be surprised. So he had a wife who was not a Labrador, who was a lab tech. With a degree in biochemistry.
Well, fuck.
You're just picturing a dog in a lab coat now, aren't you? You know that meme of the Labrador?
Was she blonde?
I think she was.
She was a golden lab tech.
I think she was.
Compose yourself.
So she was also born in the Ukraine, so you know she was just out of his league. Sorry, not sorry.
International dog.
Yeah, international breed. No, she was actually super lovely, but I'm going to laugh about it anyway because I can't. They had been married for 15 years and had 2 children, said to be under the age of 15. I couldn't find a lot about them, and I don't think I would want to add it in anyway. Because fuck him. Now, it would be said that he approached her in regards to what authorities would assume would be breaching current COVID restrictions. Because, you know, it's March 21, kind of full peak of everyone going into lockdown. And
full panic.
Yeah, that old thing. Witnesses would say they saw her being handcuffed by Wayne and escorted into his car. Unfortunately, this would be the last time she was seen alive. Do you know this one?
No.
You haven't heard this one? Well, I'm going to go through a bit of a timeline of old Wayne boy. So jumping back a little to the 10th of Feb, he purchases a police standard issue handcuff with double locking pin off of Amazon for £2 along with some other equipment. I say in quotation marks.
£2?
Yeah, it was like £2.49 or something for some handcuffs.
Police issue handcuffs?
Yeah, apparently. It's Amazon, the knockoff of Amazon. Now, 2nd to 3rd of March, Wayne worked his last shift, being 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. So 7 a.m. on the 3rd he finishes. He was an armed officer in the Met's Elite Parliamentary and Diplomatic Protection Group, posted at the US Embassy. It's kind of a big deal, standing guard, I guess, as an officer. So this motherfucker wasn't even on duty when he approached her.
Of course.
Now, 4:47 p.m. on the 3rd of March, Wayne told his family he was working, which obviously he wasn't. He's like, oh, honey, just going in for a shift. He drove to Dover. I'm going to say it's Dover. Some fucking bogan. Dover.
How do you spell it? D-O-V-E-R?
Yeah.
Dover.
Dover. I can't pronounce. I'm a bit special. You're welcome.
What you see is what you get.
This is what you're going to get. So yes, he drove to Dover, which is about a 2-hour drive east of Clapham. I just love that there's a place called Clapham.
I think of a pig fucking twerking, clapping them cheeks.
I'm sorry, it's probably a really nice place, but... Now, here, he went and picked up a hire car, which he had booked on the 28th of Feb. Bland, do you think? Not at all. By 8 p.m, he stopped at a Tesco and purchased a pair of 14 hairbands for what authorities would assume would be used...
For pigtails?
No, he's not going to do your hair.
Oh.
No, they think it was...
Braids.
No.
Box braids.
Restraints. I don't even know how to do braids. They assumed would be used for restraints. I don't fucking know. Like, you're a police officer.
Hairbands. Okay.
Yeah, apparently. Around 9:30.
But he bought £2 fucking handcuffs.
I know. Yeah, real smart. Around 9:30 p.m, after driving around hunting for a lone female, Couzens pulls up on Poinders Road in Clapham and stops Sarah. They obviously talk for a while. Footage is shown of him handcuffing, arresting her. In what I said before, authorities expect to be on the grounds of COVID restriction breach, and she hops into the back of his car. Now, the next time Couzens is spotted, it's at 11:43 p.m. CCTV footage captured him turning out of a street in Dover in his own car. The old switcheroo, you know? 11:53 p.m. to 12:57 a.m. Wayne's phone was used in Sibbertswold, Kent, which apparently he knew the area well. So, I know my Kent like the back of my hand. No, I don't. I like the place Kent.
Do you know what people are called from Kent?
No.
Kentish.
I'm a bit Kentish too.
Girl.
Just a little.
Full Kentish.
Well, that's a big Kent if I've ever seen one. Not a good segue. It is believed around this time that he raped Sarah.
Oh.
Yeah.
No more Kent.
No more Kent. 2:34 a.m, obviously now being the 4th of March, Couzens buys 2 bottles of water, an apple juice and an orange, and a carry bag from a BP servo. It was about this time authorities believe Sarah had already been killed. Going into the servo to get some water and wait till you hear the shit that he buys later. Such a dick. 7:30 a.m, Couzens swaps cars again, and the hire is seen on North Military Road of Dover. 8:14 a.m, he goes for a coffee at Costa Coffee in Biggin Street, Dover, where he orders a hot chocolate with coconut milk and a Bakewell tart. Like, fuck right off, going for a treat, you piece of shit. It was noted that while standing at the till, he was fidgety and wringing his hands like a fucking 90s cartoon. Fuck off. Doing that. That's how I expected. That's me wringing my hands. Huh?
One more time.
What the fuck is that? Fucking wringing his hands, you know, like a fucking evil cartoon person, like fuckhead. That's what I picture anyway. The timeline goes a bit more in depth if you want to go for a little search and have a look-sees, but it just shows how he just went on with his day/life for a few days before being arrested. It's completely insane, even to the point of making a vet appointment for his dog and taking his family for a little day out and play near the area where he had Sarah's body at one point, because you know how they like to do that all the time. I've heard that in a few cases. They'll kill someone and then near the area of where they've taken or dumped the body or had the body at one point, they take their family for a picnic near that area.
No, I understand that.
You haven't heard that? On a couple of cases I've heard, it's like the killer brings them back.
Is this a serial killer though, or he just killed this one?
Just one.
Okay.
Yeah. It's fucked that you've taken your family to probably one of their last memories and you've tainted it now with them knowing that you killed someone pretty much just close to where you were for a little family holiday, those poor kids.
Which they only would have found out later.
Yeah, afterwards. So like one of their last good memories, I guess, is fucked. So the morning of the 5th, Cousens purchased petrol in a plastic container and burnt Sarah's body along with her possessions and clothing. So a lot isn't known about the who's and whys and just a lot of assumptions, as the weasel, of course, kept it all to himself. Why would he share?
Why would he share?
He burnt her in the spot where he took his family in like a woodland kind of area, burnt her there, left the body, and then he'd later come back and move her body to a pond that was close by in Hode's Woods, and this would be where she was discovered. So near Dover and all of that, he burnt her body, left it there for probably like half the day or so, and then came back and then moved it towards like a pond area in plastic bags and stuff. So after abducting, raping and murdering someone and then taking your kids out and making bed appointments, Cousens emails his supervisor on Saturday the 6th of March to avoid further firearms duties and to remain away from work, because he obviously didn't want to go into work. He's just killed someone. Sarah's body was found on the 10th of March. However, the little weasel was arrested the day before under the grounds of kidnapping, because they were, with this case, thank God, they were easily able to pin it on him. 1,800 hours of CCTV footage was noted. Like, it was a slam dunk for them. It wasn't even a...
There's no way it couldn't have been him.
Yeah. Given, like, you can see footage of him pulling over and stopping her. You can see photos of them talking together and then getting into the car and stuff.
Ever file a report about the... So that's also dodgy.
No, well, he wasn't working.
No, well, I know, but if he arrests her and he's seen on footage arresting her but there's no report written...
Yeah.
Then that's another thing to be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you think for an officer he would kind of know the ins and outs of
and
what
where the cameras were.
Yeah. So unfortunately for himself, he tried lying, of course. The whole, I got involved in a gang and I turned her over to them alive, blah, blah, blah. I have money issues, boo-hoo, I have depression. You know what a fucking lot of people do? But they ain't out and about killing and raping people. No excuses. Rant over. Obviously, after the body was found, they got him for murder too. So originally arrested him under the grounds of kidnapping. He said he turned her over to a gang and she was alive and well, blah, blah, blah. They found the body.
She was found dead.
Yeah, murder. He never actually gave the officers a full confession, so to say, as to why he did it, but he would end up pleading guilty to kidnap, rape and murder. He would end up receiving a life sentence, which I saw apparently only 60 people have that sentence. I don't know if it's within the area or it doesn't sound right for London in general, but they were like, only 60 people.
London has a lot of crimes.
Yeah. Apparently it's very rare with the life sentence to get it over there, because it's that one after I read somewhere that they got rid of the death penalty, so that was like the next biggest. You know what, there you go. His sentence was so severe, and I say that in quotation marks, as we know people go away for a lot longer for doing a lot less, or vice versa, do a lot more and get out, whatever. The system is fucked. I don't know how you fix that, but his was so severe because he was a police officer and he used his badge, so to say, to carry out this act. And it was kind of seen as a terrorist, so to say, because it's like people we trust to protect us or catch us with a bag of coke up our asses, you know, that whole thing, put it in there for you. But yeah, it was seen as like a terrorist act, so to say, using your badge to rape and murder someone.
Oh, you're using your position
of authority, power, like, especially around this time as well, like during COVID and that, like that's fucked. A girl just walking down the street. So fucked. So now we're just towards the end, because I didn't want to go, like there wasn't a lot of detail around this one. I just wanted to kind of bring it out in the public eye again, because I remember seeing something, but not a lot of what had happened to him and stuff like that. There was a lot of protests and stuff going on. I just wanted to chuck a little part in there to say that I love police officers. You know, I'm grateful for the shit they deal with so that someone else doesn't have to deal with it, so to say. But they are people just like us, and unfortunately there can be some shit cops as well. But there are plenty of great ones too. Before I finish this one up, I just wanted to add this in from the court transcript, because I don't want to end on a bad note towards the popo, because I feel like this case, when I was writing it out, it was kind of the main focus was he was a police officer.
But that's just the nature of it.
Exactly. And
it's
there was
one police officer.
And there was some stuff where apparently they were looking into something where in, I think it was 2015, he was found indecently exposing himself to people, so that maybe should have been a thing before he...
Look at my dick.
Yeah, my dick. But like, maybe that should be looked into before you become an officer as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to add this in because I found it in the transcript and I thought it was super lovely. The judge or whoever it was said, "This has been the most impressive police investigation that I have encountered in the 30 years I have been sitting as a part-time and full-time judge." There you go, it's the judge. I'm like, whoever the fuck it was. The speed with which the evidence leading to the arrest of the defendant was secured is highly notable, as has been the painstaking reconstruction of events using electronic material along with more old-fashioned methods of policing. It cannot be suggested, in my view, that the Metropolitan Police, even for a moment, attempt to close ranks to protect one of their own. Instead, remorselessly efficiently and impartially, the investigating officers followed all the available leads, resulting in an overwhelming case against the accused. Meriting particular mention are Detective Chief Inspector Catherine Goodwin, Detective Kim Martin, and Acting Detective Inspector Lee Tullett. Mr. Tullett has been a key figure in the investigation and the preparation of this case, going well beyond that could probably be expected of any police officer, and his role deserves high commendation. So I just wanted to put it out there that just because he was an officer, his colleagues, friends, whatever, were still like, no, fuck this guy. It wasn't the whole protecting one of our own, which sometimes can happen, I guess. I wanted to add it in because traumatic thing, and especially for women still not feeling safe in 21 of just fucking walking down the street at around 9:30. Like, it shouldn't have been an issue, but it wasn't the police department's fault. Like, because a lot of people blame, he was a cop, so because of this, and it's like, well, no. For me, I think it's more of a, you've just got fucking shit people out there, and if you're hiring people that do stuff like that, America is just a whole different, like, obviously the process of how they see things. There you go. That's what I got. You hadn't heard of that one?
No, but I know the name.
I know, I did the exact same thing. I was like, I swear there's like a famous Australian person. There you go. You're welcome. Little quick story from London. Yeah.
All right, mung beans. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
And we will see you next time.
Yeah. Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.